beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed in the name of the charity and good grace shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother, and you will know my name is the Lord when I strike my vengeance upon thee.
None of your other lawyers followed me.
Finish the game, Doc.
Wasting
Son,
bitches.
what in the hell is wrong with you?
Sons of bitches.
Beware my
Human being the best judges of their own interests. They're not. The best judges are the elite, smart guys, the cool observers, and we must therefore be ensured the means to impose our will for the common good, of course. This, he said, will require a whole new technique of control, largely through propaganda, because of the ignorance and superstition of the masses.
As the Supreme Court aims to make discipline of lawyers, judges more transparent new rules aim to improve transparency, tighten complaint standards, and enhance public confidence. By Jen Wood, June 25, 2025. In a surprise move, the South Carolina Supreme Court approved changes to the way complaints against lawyers and judges are handled, tweaking long-standing rules that critics say have shielded misconduct and eroded public trust. The new rules, effective July 1st, 2025, revise several key provisions in the state's rules for lawyer and judicial disciplinary enforcement, namely Rules 12, 14, 18, and 19. They also require, for the first time, the public release of anonymized summaries for dismissed judicial complaints and confidential sanctions, such as letters of caution and private admonitions, that have historically remained hidden behind closed doors. These changes come less than 2 years after Fitz News published an in-depth investigation examining the persistent gaps and failures in South Carolina's disciplinary system for attorneys. A system which has repeatedly drawn fire for its lack of transparency, consistency, and public accountability. A culture of confidentiality under pressure, South Carolina's Office of Disciplinary Counsel has long operated with an extraordinary degree of confidentiality, far more than is common in other states. Until now, the public was rarely informed when complaints were dismissed or when judges received private warnings for misconduct that didn't rise to the level of a formal charge. This lack of transparency made it nearly impossible to evaluate whether the system was working or failing. That will change under the court's June 25 order. Beginning this summer, ODC and the Council for the Commission on Judicial Conduct will be required to publish quarterly summaries of all judicial complaints that are dismissed, as well as those that result in confidential sanctions. While these summaries will not name the judges involved, they must identify the type of judge, the nature of the complaint or misconduct, and the reason for the outcome. In its order, the court acknowledged that while confidentiality remains important, the public deserves more insight into how complaints are handled. The public must be better informed about what sort of judicial complaints are dismissed, the court wrote. Knowledge and understanding are critical to ensure the public has confidence that an independent, fair, and competent judiciary will interpret and apply the laws that govern us. Related, or the ineffectiveness of attorney discipline in South Carolina when seeing key rule changes affecting lawyers and judges. The revised rules also introduce several structural and procedural reforms that will impact how complaints are filed, screened, and investigated. Rule 12, disciplinary counsel may now share confidential complaint information with disciplinary authorities in other states, enhancing interstate cooperation and ensuring lawyers or judges facing misconduct allegations across jurisdictions are properly held to account. Rule 14, complaints must now include more specific factual allegations, including the identity of the accused lawyer or judge and a detailed description of each act of misconduct. Complaints lacking specificity may be dismissed. Rule 19, disciplinary counsel is granted broader discretion to review publicly available documents, request more information from the accused, and immediately dismiss complaints that are facially frivolous or based solely on media reports or social media posts from individuals lacking first-hand knowledge. The rule also allows for dismissal of stale claims, those filed more than 5 years after the alleged misconduct was or should have been discovered, unless exceptions like fraud or concealment apply. Rule 18, complainants whose cases are dismissed under the new timeliness rule will now have a limited right of review by an investigative panel, adding a layer of oversight that didn't exist before. Related, or trial lawyer leader finally calls out fallen dynasty and still room for a scope for skepticism. While the rule changes represent a step toward transparency, the question remains whether these reforms go far enough, particularly in a state where some of the most egregious attorney misconduct in modern memory has only come to light through extensive investigative reporting and courtroom exposure. The ongoing saga of convicted killer Alex Murdaugh and his accomplices, who used the Palmetto State's court system to steal millions of dollars from vulnerable clients over a period of nearly a decade and a half, once a powerful figure within South Carolina's storied trial lawyer kingdom, Murdaugh was convicted in 2023 of murdering his wife and son, a verdict that stunned the nation. But long before that, Murdaugh had exploited his legal privilege to defraud clients, steal from vulnerable individuals, including a quadriplegic man and the family of his deceased housekeeper, and manipulate the judicial system for personal gain. It was the sheer magnitude and visibility of the Murdaugh case, magnified by national media attention and relentless investigative reporting, that brought long-simmering issues within South Carolina's disciplinary system into full public view. What had once been an insular, opaque process was suddenly under the microscope, forcing uncomfortable questions about how Murdaugh was able to operate with impunity for so long. Support Fitz News? Subscribe. The same goes for the institutional environment in which Murdaugh and his Keogh conspirators perfected their schemes. The lack of oversight, the failure to act on credible complaints, and the broad shield of confidentiality all played a role in enabling misconduct, not just in his case, but across the broader legal and judicial system. Fitz News reporting has revealed a broader pattern of delayed accountability and disciplinary opacity. In some cases, judges and attorneys who committed serious ethical breaches quietly received private admonishments or confidential caution letters, outcomes hidden from public view. Until now, there was no requirement to inform the public about these cases, leaving citizens in the dark about whether justice was truly being served. Whether these changes are a first step toward broader reform or simply an effort to restore confidence without ceding real oversight remains to be seen. What's clear is that South Carolina's legal disciplinary system, long protected by institutional silence, is finally facing long overdue scrutiny. And that's thanks in large part to the sunlight brought by journalism and the willingness of the public to demand better.
It's not a big problem. If you got a club in your hand, and if people don't behave the right way, you hit them with a club or threaten them with it. So it doesn't really matter much what they think. What matters is what they do, and that you control by force. But as the capacity of the state to control by force erodes, it's necessary to control what people think. And in fact, I think you find much more sophisticated concern for thought control precisely as the society becomes more free.
This matter came before the court on May 18th, 2023. Florence Magistrate Court of the dismissal of the charge of driving under the...
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Miller.
How you doing, Mr. Teller?
I'm good. Sorry, been stuck on other lines and busy. Sorry.
I can understand that.
What can I do for you today, sir?
Yeah, I was calling to see you when you sent the motion on September 19th, and I was calling like what was the response to that matter?
I haven't gotten a response.
So they just totally ignore you?
Well, I filed it, and it's been filed. So now I guess we're just over here, essentially waiting for it to be scheduled. My next thing will be demanding a hearing on my motion to dismiss.
Yeah, like almost like a subpoena or something.
Yeah, I'll demand a hearing on my motion to dismiss.
Yeah, why you think that is happening?
Mr. Miller, if I had an answer, I'd tell you.
No, I'm saying like a logical guess.
Because they're lazy and they don't operate a system that's fair. The same reason why your case hadn't come to trial yet.
I could have come up with a better answer than that.
But it was the truth. You wanted to know what I thought, and I'm telling you.
No, come on.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Not because they lazy.
I think so.
No.
I think because they don't have a response, and they don't have a proper way of docketing motions or hearings. And so what I'll do next is file a motion demanding a hearing on my motion to dismiss.
And you have an idea when you was going to do that?
Well, today I was filed September. It looks like clock. Probably this coming week.
Yeah, let's get it into motion. Because
Will do, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm documenting it. I'm doing my job.
No, I'm here to tell you, you doing way better than Adam Young. At least I got some paperwork, you know what I'm saying, a paper trail behind you. I didn't get no paper on trail behind my last lawyer, so I know for a fact you're doing something. I'm just curious, is we playing word games, cause we still stuck on the same,
No doubt, but it takes time, and I just got involved, right?
Yeah, I know.
You had these lawyers for a long time that weren't doing anything. So.
So I understand. When I see paper trail, I know that you're doing work, but it's just that you know what I'm saying? Because now it approaching 7 months since you've been involved, and you're doing way better than Adam Young, and I had him for almost 2 years.
All I can do is tell you is I can file motions.
Yeah.
File motions. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I know. You do everything you can do within your power.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that. And so you say the next one would be a order for a hearing.
Yeah, motion demand for a hearing on my motion to dismiss. I mean, I can't believe they hadn't scheduled something yet, to be honest.
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what I was calling you for, because
no doubt
I had want to see what the response was, and just to get an idea of what's going on.
Sure, absolutely, and that you have that right, and absolutely, I want you to know what's going on.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's all I call you about.
All right, buddy. Well, I will be in touch once I get this filed and send a copy to you.
All right, thanks, and I appreciate everything you're doing for me.
Absolutely. You take care.
All right, you do the same.
Bye.
You should know.
Been a snake